Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and today we're going to be talking about the best traction of 2022. So of course, traction performance is very important to me personally, just because I don't like to slide around, you know what I mean, even a little bit, just because I rely on my quickness, and also if a shoe is not responsive, right? So if I'm doing like a crossover, a step back, or if I'm just going really fast and do a very quick change of direction, I want to be able to do that very quickly, right? And if a shoe doesn't have good traction, then obviously I slide around a little bit and I lose a little bit of that quickness, I lose a little bit of time, which does not feel good. So just in my personal opinion, traction for me is the most, or one of the most important aspects of a performance basketball shoe. Of course, it's different for everybody, but I feel like traction is still like top 3, top 5 for most people, right? Because you know, when you're playing ball, you don't want to be sliding around all over the place. But anyways, if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. All of these shoes have great traction, just they're a little bit different, and also they have like some pros and cons like durability and stuff like that, or do you need to break it in? So I'll try to address all of that in this video. But let's get it started off with the JB1 by Li-Ning. So of course, the JB1, Jimmy Butler's signature shoe with Li-Ning, is really nice. It's using actually a foam outsole, just like the Curry Flows, right? And it's not very durable actually. I only played in that shoe on an indoor court and it was actually fraying off a little bit. Nothing terrible, but I don't think it would last very long, right? Especially if you're playing on outdoor court. Don't play with those on outdoor court, please. You know, they're super expensive, and it wore off on an indoor court. I can only imagine what happens on an outdoor court, right? But it has an amazing bite. You don't really have to break it in, you know, just on a clean court, really good stop. Dust, however, it picks up a little bit of dust, but it's a super easy wipe, so you should be good to go on a dusty setting. So yeah, if you want an instantaneous stop just like the Currys, then the JB1 has got you covered. All right, next we got an Adidas shoe. There's not a whole lot of Adidas shoes on this list, unfortunately. I feel like Adidas needs to step up their game for traction for some reason, but the Dame Certified is actually really nice. The colorway that I have is a solid white rubber outsole, and the stop is absolutely amazing. You stop pretty much on a dime, right? And you don't have to break it in. It's good pretty much right out the box. Also, it has very minimal dust pickup. It bites through dust really well. And if it does pick up a little bit of dust, even though it kind of doesn't, you just do a really easy and slight wipe and you're good to go. And also, durability seems pretty damn good in that shoe as well. I mean, I have it right here. Right, and the rubber is also like, the grooves are thick, the grooves are deep, and also the rubber is quite hard, so the traction in this super nice. And also another thing that I like about it is that it's very squeaky, very loud and high pitched, which has nothing to do with performance, but I like to have a nice squeak, right? Alright, next we got the New Balance 2-Way V3. It's pretty cheap, 120 bucks. The Dame Certified is only 95 bucks. But anyways, the 2-Way V3, you do have to break it in just a little bit. Doesn't take too long to break in, however, like just a couple of days and you're good to go. And once you break it in, it has a very good stop on a clean court, and also pretty minimal dust pickup as well. If it picks up dust, it's a very easy and slight wipe as well. So that 2-Way V3 is very good. As far as durability goes, it's probably not the best. The rubber is on the softer side of things, and the grooves are quite thin, so probably not the best option for outdoor use, but on an indoor court it has very good traction. All right, next we got the Way of Wade Shadow 4. So also a pretty cheap shoe. Durability seems very good. You know, grooves are thick, there's a lot of surface area, and the rubber is pretty hard, so durability on outdoor court you should be fine. But also it has a really nice bite. You don't have to break it in really at all, so if you're playing on a clean court, it has really good stops. Also on dust, it picks up a little bit of dust, but it's a very easy and slight wipe as well. Very minimal dust pickup too. So traction performance for the Shadow 4 is really good, and also has a very loud and high pitched squeak. Editor Sammy here. Also, another plus is the outsole curvature. It gives it that old school Kyrie feel. Alright, next we got the MB2. So by Puma, of course, LaMelo Ball's signature shoe. And the MB2 is also super nice. The colorway that I have is like a translucent outsole. It has a really loud and high pitched squeak, which I do like as well. And you have a very good stop on a clean court. It does pick up a little bit of dust, however. It doesn't pick it up that fast, right? And it doesn't pick it up that much either, but if it does, it's a very easy and slight wipe too. So overall performance on dust is also pretty damn good. And also another thing that I really like about it is the like slight outsole curvature, you know what I mean? It's not as crazy as the MB1 or like the older Kyrie's, but you still have a little bit of it. So it kind of like, you kind of roll on the side, like on the medial side of the shoe, which feels great. Durability, probably not the best option. You know, the rubber is on the softer side of things and the grooves are thin, but the MB2 has great traction performance. Next, we got the Kyrie Low 5. Durability on that shoe, probably not the best. You know, the rubber is soft, the grooves are thin, but you have a little bit of the outsole curvature as well, just like the MB2. It's nothing crazy like the older Kyrie models, like the Kyrie 2, 3, and 4, but you still have a little bit there. And if you're playing on a clean court, it has an amazing bite. You have a nice, loud, and high-pitched squeak as well. And on dust, also very minimal dust pickup too. So I really like the Kyrie Low 5 for that. It just sucks because like the Kyrie Infinity and also the Kyrie 8 isn't as top tier. Like the bite isn't as good as the Kyrie Low 5. So, you know, spoiler alert, the Kyrie Infinity and the Kyrie 8 aren't on this list. I mean, they're really good tractions once you break it in, but it's not top tier. That's why it's not on this list, right? But anyways, there's that. Next, we got the PG6. The PG6, amazing traction, just super consistent on any floor, right? You just have an amazing bite. You don't have to break it in. You have a nice high-pitched and loud squeak, and picks up very minimal dust. So yeah, the PG6 is just like all around so damn good, and I have a great time playing in it because the traction is so damn good. The durability, probably not the best. I don't think it'll be terrible, however, on outdoor court. The grooves, like, there's not a whole lot of surface area, and like when I try to move the rubber with my fingers, it moves a little bit, so it's probably not the best option for outdoor use. Alright, next we got the Jordan Luca 1. So the Luca 1 is on this list because it's also very good as far as consistency goes. Like I played on like multiple surfaces, like at multiple or different gyms, and they have kind of like a different finish, it feels like. You know, in some shoes, like they're like, oh, it's really good on this court, but it's like not the best on this court, you know what I mean? But the Luca 1, just like the PG6, was good on all of those courts for me personally. So if you're playing on a clean court, amazing bite. It does pick up a little bit of dust, however, and it picks it up kind of quickly, but the good thing is that it's a very easy and slight wipe. You know, so if you keep up with your wipes, you should be fine on a dusty court with the Luca 1s. As far as the durability goes, durability probably not the best. The grooves don't seem very deep, and I mean, it is on kind of like the harder side of things, kind of, but like also the grooves are kind of thin, so probably not the best option for outdoor use. Alright, next we got the KD15s. The KD15s are super good as well. You don't have to break it in. It's pretty much good right out the box. You have an amazing bite on a clean setting, which is amazing. Also a super loud and high-pitched squeak, which of course I do like. And it has very minimal dust pickup. If it picks up dust, which it doesn't very much, it's just a super easy and slight wipe as well. If you're playing on an outdoor court, however, probably not the best option because the grooves are thin, rubber is soft, so I feel like you probably run through it pretty quickly on an outdoor court. Alright, next we got the LeBron 20s. The LeBron James, sorry. So the LeBron 20, super expensive shoe, and LeBrons usually aren't on this list, but the LeBron 20, however, with the redesign, amazing traction, super hard bite. I love it. You don't have to break it in, so if you're playing on a clean court, you should be good to go. You have like one of the hardest stops you can get as of like recent memory. Also, if you're playing on a dusty court, it has very minimal dust pickup. I mean, the colorway that I have is like a solid rubber outsole, so maybe it's different on like the translucent ones. I haven't played in those yet, but the solid rubber outsole that I have is really nice. Durability, I mean, it should be okay, not the best, not the worst. I mean, the rubber is on the softer side of things, and like you can kind of move it with your fingers, and also the grooves are on like the thinner side of things, and also it's an expensive shoe, so probably not the best for outdoor use, but if you're playing on indoor court, should be good to go. Next, we got the Adidas Harden Volume 6. So the Harden Volume 6 is super nice. Very durable, it seems like, you know. The herringbone, the rubber is pretty hard and the grooves are thick and you have a lot of surface area. Also on a clean court, you should be good to go. You have a very nice bite and also picks up very minimal dust. It bites through dust actually really well. So I actually haven't had any issues with the Harden Volume 6. Also, I kind of want to put the Zoom Separates on this list, the Jordan Zoom Separate, but it's like not available on Nike anymore. It's because it's like an older shoe, but you can get it on like Finish Line or Dick's Sporting Goods for like a crazy sale. It was on sale for like 60-70 bucks last time I checked. So of course, links will be in the description box, affiliate links. But anyways, next we got, of course, the Curries. So the Curry 10, Curry 4, Flowtro, Curry 1, Flowtro, Curry 9, Flow Future X2. So any shoe with the Flow outsole is amazing. You know, on a clean court, it's the hardest stop that I've ever experienced. It almost stops too hard that it hurts my feet, it hurts my soul, it hurts my teeth, my eyes, I don't know, my hair. Yeah, it doesn't hurt my hair, but yeah, it's just a really hard stop. And sometimes it's a little too much. But anyways, yeah. If you want an instantaneous stop, you get that. It even stops harder than the JB1, which is kind of weird. But anyways, yeah, so the Curries, you should be good to go. Durability, probably not the best option because it's like, you know, it's like foam, you know what I mean? But I did play with the Curry Ace on the outdoor court and it actually held up pretty nicely, especially from what I was like expecting. So, not the best option, but also not terrible, right? And also, like, okay, so this is what happened with me in my personal experience. So my gym, they actually refinished the surface, right? They sanded it down, put a different surface, like finish on it or something. But before that happened, the Curries, like with the Flow outsoles, I had amazing stops and never picked up dust, right? But now on the new surface, it's sliding around just a tiny bit on like a dirtier floor, which kind of sucks. So I would say it's a little inconsistent on like a dirty court. But I have experienced it where it was really good on dust, and then I also have experienced it where it's not terrible on dust, but it's like also not the best, right? So just be careful with that. Next, of course, there's a new shoe that I've been testing, but it's freaking amazing. I love this shoe because of the amazing traction, and that is the Leaning Speed 9 Premium. I don't know what it is with the rubber compound, or maybe it's the outsole color, the gray color. I don't know what it is, but the traction, the stop is absolutely amazing. It has a nice loud and high-pitched squeak. Picks up super minimal dust, and if it does pick up dust, it's just a super easy wipe, and durability seems really good, right? And last but not least, of course, we got the 808-2. I love the 808-2. I have the solid white rubber outsole. The 808-2 Ultra that I have is translucent, and that picked up a lot of dust, but the solid white rubber counterpart that I have in these two colorways bites through dust really well, picks up very minimal dust too. It's a super easy wipe. If you're playing on a clean court, it's a very good stop as well, and has a very loud and high-pitched squeak, which I like. Also, another plus is that it seems very durable, right? So anyways, that's my list of top tractions of 2022. And again, if you guys do want to get any of these shoes, I try to leave the affiliate link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.